It'll come on for a second and then it stops.
Okay.
When you speak, we can hear it. When you don't speak, we can't hear it.
That's
Yeah.
fascinating. So I just need to
Keep
keep
talking, and there you go.
Well,
You're on the same, you're on the, never mind.
I wonder if sharing my screen would make any difference. Try that just for fun. You hear better now?
Same phenomena. When you talk, we can hear it, and when you don't, we can't.
Well, I don't know if I can keep talking for the incessant amount of time it takes. I'm only a minute and a half. But
Maybe if you clapped while in rhythm or something, that would keep it going. No,
no.
no, that didn't work.
All right, I give up.
Oh,
That's the first time that didn't work. Interesting.
Kristen, you want to enable sound when you share.
I did. Well, all right, I did before. Let's try that again. Maybe it didn't hold. Ah, all right. Let's just get ourselves warmed up, pop into the music here. And I realize I can see a little lot. Can you see yourselves on my Zoom screen?
I'm sorry.
Play along with them. More seconds. Woo! All right, welcome to OHOM January 2021. Thank you everybody for being here. Looks like we have an intimate group this evening, and that is just fine. I'm looking forward to seeing and hearing and enjoying what our offerings are tonight. Again, thank you for being here. And first up, we have Bonnie. Bonnie, what are you sharing with us tonight?
Jim asked me to lead a chant. Oh, sorry. Jim asked me to lead a chant for bringing in 2021. If it hasn't already been brought in, we'll bring it in a little, open that more.
All right, let's bring them on in.
Yeah, let's bring it in. Let's see. I need, there it is. So chanting is a long tradition. And I had there's some chants here that some people in the Columbus community may have written, and then some from other people. So we're not necessarily going to do call and response. Sometimes that doesn't always work the way we want it to. So this first one I thought it would be good for bringing in the new year, listening, especially to our heart, right? It's by Yoga, a famous yogi. It's called Listen, Listen, Listen. So, and bringing in that new year, listening to where we are, listening to what our dreams are, and where we're going to go forward from there. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I can't hear you, but I hope you were participating. We can maybe do that one another time. This is one that Jim asked me to do called To Love, Serve, and Remember. It's written by Kathy Zavada, and I think it's used by some famous yogis and famous chanting singers. Wait a minute. Just a second, please. Okay, well, I'll just use. Sorry. I wanted to use this here before I got started. There we go. Why have we come to earth? Do you remember? Why have we taken birth? Do you remember? To love, serve, and remember. 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 Why have we come to earth? Do you remember? Why have we taken birth? Do you remember? To love, serve, and remember. 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 To love. Any thoughts there? Oh, thank you. It's participatory in thinking about this year. remembering those that are dear to us now. They maybe those we have lost. Sometimes during chants, there's meditation, but we're going to have a moment of silence for the year. And Jim, I don't know if he has chimes, but he did have some chimes, so he can just unmute to play the chimes. You don't, that's okay. So there are a lot of losses, of course, this year. So and cherishing those remembrances, but also letting go. We'll remember for a minute of silence. So. Thank you. This is a poem I found. I think this poem reminds me of ending the year. Would anyone like to read that poem, or you can unmute if you'd like to read it?
I'll read it.
Thank you.
Ring Out Wild Bells by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Ring out wild bells to the wild sky, the flying cloud, the frosty light. The year is dying in the night. Ring out wild bells and let him die.
I don't know if you remember. Thank you, Kristen. Well read, well said. Ring a Living Bell by Melanie. It's an artist in the 70s, I think. And so if you have a bell or thinking of a bell, there's something special about a bell, right? The parts of the bell, the mallet, the body of the bell. And in that thought, we're going to ring through and bringing, we had New Year's Eve, but just resonating with the thought of completing this transition of bringing in this new year. Ring the living bell, ring the living bell, shine the living light, shine the living light. Ring the living bell, 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 shine the living light, shine the living light, the light. And now, not quite ending our chant, the finality of the year, Bernadette's going to sing Auld Lang Syne, and then we'll finish our chant with one written by our very own Jim Hetzer. Let her
I don't see anything, but Bonnie, is that Is that right? Do you want me to just sing now?
Mhm.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, very,
Okay.
very clearly. Thank you, Bernadette.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, Auld Lang Syne. It's actually an old Scottish poem from the 18th century, and they put music to it. And I think a lot of people sing it. They don't really know what it means, but it sort of means like for old time's sake. Auld Lang Syne. I'm sorry, Buddy. I have to get Buddy just 1 second. He's. Hey, Buddy. Come here.
Who wants to sing? I didn't put the lyrics because I thought we all know this one. So anyway, we can hear his little feet. He's fine, Bern.
Okay, I'm back. Thank you. Sorry.
No problem.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgotten days of Auld Lang Syne? For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. We've had a run about the slopes and picked the daisies there. We've wandered on a many weary foot for Syne. For Auld Lang Syne, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness. Oh, for Auld Lang Syne.
That was beautiful, Bern.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm going over by a minute or two. Is that okay, Kristen? We have one more chant, if that's all right.
You're okay.
Am I muted or something? No, I'm
No,
not.
I can
muted.
hear you. Can you not hear me?
Okay, she's not
You're
hearing.
doing fine. Good job.
This is Jim's chant.
Did you freeze, Bonnie? Oh, I think Bonnie might have frozen up, guys.
Yeah, I think if she has an answer, that's probably a yes.
All right. let's move on and then we'll come back and visit her when she comes back to us, okay? Bill, are you ready to go? Well, and first, thank you, Bernadette, for your lovely song. And we'll thank Bonnie as soon as she gets back in here. All right, Bill, you're up. You're on mute. Say the most said words in 2020 again.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let me share screen and bring stuff up. Okay, everybody can see that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so at midnight on New Year's Eve, I made a toast to the new year, ate 12 raisins and jumped off a chair. So to sort of explain what I was doing there and a little bit about how other people celebrate the new year, I made up this little slideshow. So the first people to celebrate New Year's were the Babylonians, and they observed that 4,000 years ago. Making New Year's resolutions is popular today, but that actually was invented. That practice was invented by the Babylonians. And while most modern resolutions might include the promise to lose weight or quit smoking, the early Babylonians' most popular resolution was to return borrowed farm equipment. So if you've got your next door neighbor's plow sitting around your living room, now's a good time to make like a Babylonian and bring it back to them. The Roman Senate in 153 BC declared January 1st to be the beginning of the new year. But tampering with the date continued to around 46 BC. Julius Caesar established what has come to be known as the Julian calendar, and he established January 1st as New Year's Day. But in order to synchronize the calendar with the sun, Caesar had to let the previous year drag on for 445 days. So if you thought that 2020 was a long year, you've got nothing on this poor Roman matron who's waiting desperately for the next year to roll around. In the Middle Ages, the church remained opposed to celebrating New Year's. January 1st has been celebrated as a holiday by the Western nations for only about 400 years. Let me skip that since we don't have that. Baby New Year. The tradition of using a baby to signify the new year was begun in Greece around 600 BC. It was their tradition to celebrate their god of wine, Dionysus, by parading a baby in a basket representing the annual rebirth of that god. And while that may have been great for the ancient Greeks, if you were to walk around with a baby in a basket in one hand and a bottle of wine in the other in downtown Columbus, things would probably not be going real well for you. Baby New Year in America was actually brought to the United States by the Germans. They had used the effigy since the 14th century. In the American South, eating black-eyed peas on New Year's Day is supposed to bring you good luck. The favorite dish is Hoppin' John, black-eyed peas accompanied by either hog jowls or ham, where the hog is a symbol of prosperity. So here we have a picture of a typical Southerner sitting down to their New Year's Day dinner. By the way, I did have Hoppin' John, but a vegetarian version of that, where I used pecans and butter instead of ham.
How do you prepare that pecans and butter? I've never heard of that.
I just roasted the pecans in a microwave. You can just take raw pecans and put them on a plate and then put them in the microwave for about 1.5 minutes. You want to monitor it so they don't burn. And then but they'll roast and they'll get a nice, start to caramelize, and then put the butter right on them.
Huh. Thanks for the cooking lesson.
Okay. In the Netherlands, the Dutch burn bonfires of Christmas trees on the street and launch fireworks. So that's the fires are meant to purge the old and welcome the new. So that's another way to get rid of your old Christmas tree, is just bring it out on the street and set it aflame. Again, if you try that in downtown Columbus, things will probably not go well. Also in the Netherlands, the Dutch believe that anything in the shape of a ring is good luck because it symbolizes coming full circle, completing a year's cycle. So they believe that eating donuts on New Year's Day will bring good fortune. Their neighbors, the Danes, believe that the way to get a good jump on the new year is to stand on a chair at midnight and jump into the new year. And so that's what I did, was a Danish custom there.
Are you Danish?
No.
Oh, I'm just curious why you picked that one.
It was something I could do without too much danger in my house.
I like that tradition way better than the fireworks that happened in my neighborhood.
Oh, okay, yeah. Bernadette already told us about Auld Lang Syne, and the Scots also have the Edinburgh Hogmanay celebration, and it's the largest in the country and consists of an all-night street party where they set lots of stuff on fire, probably effigies. I didn't hear anything about what they did this year, so I'm not sure, but it's traditional. And Japan, they celebrate Oshogatsu. So at midnight on December 31st, Buddhist temples strike their gongs 108 times in an effort to expel 108 types of human weakness. New Year's Day itself is a day of joy. No work is to be done, and children receive otoshidamas, small gifts with money inside. In Spain, the Spanish ritual is las 12 uvas, and it's to eat 12 grapes at midnight. And so as the clock strikes 12, you eat one grape each time the clock strikes. And the tradition is meant to secure 12 happy months in the coming years. So you get one happy month for each grape you eat. And the idea is to get them all in your mouth by the time the clock has stopped striking. I didn't have fresh grapes this year, so I made do with raisins. They're still grapes, but it's a little bit safer.
Bill, can we drink wine instead?
12 glasses of wine? This custom is also very, very popular in Spanish-speaking countries, so throughout Latin America also. I might just add as a footnote, another common practice that I observed when I lived in Tegucigalpa, Honduras, was that a lot of people would go out and take shotguns and shoot them straight up in the air at midnight. The Hondurans were sort of interesting because they called what came down from their shotguns Guatemalan rain. And so that tells you something about how their relations with their neighbors go. In Greece, New Year's Day is also the festival of Saint Basil, one of the founders of the Greek Orthodox Church. One of the traditional foods served is Vasilopita, or Saint Basil's cake. A silver or good coin is baked inside the cake. Whoever finds the coin in their piece of cake will be especially lucky during the coming year, provided, of course, that they find the coin before they swallow the cake. In Germany, there's Bleigießen, or lead pouring. It's an old practice of using molten lead like tea leaves to read people's fortune. So a small amount of lead, as you can see in the spoon here, is melted in a tablespoon by holding a flame under the spoon and then poured into a bowl or bucket of water. The resulting pattern predicts the coming year. If the lead forms a ball, luck will roll your way. If you get the shape of an anchor, it means you have help in need. In Ecuador, Ecuadorian families make scarecrows stuffed with newspaper and firecrackers and place them outside their homes. The dummies represent misfortunes of the prior year. They are burned in effigy at the stroke of midnight to forget the old year, and all of their troubles get burned away.
They must not have a problem with forest fires.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how far away if they do it in the streets or what. In China, homes are cleaned spotless to appease the kitchen god. Paper cuttings of red paper are hung in the windows to scare away evil spirits who might enter the house and bring misfortune. And so, yeah, I'm definitely due to appease the kitchen god. So best wishes. No matter what your New Year's resolutions might be, I hope you have a happy and prosperous coming year. And that's one possible resolution on that t-shirt.
Thank you, Bill. I love your presentations. I always learn and appreciate your humor, so thank you.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Bonnie, are you still with us? No? Oh, there, wait. I see Bonnie's box. Okay, not hearing from Bonnie at the moment.
She can't come up with video because it reduces her broadband.
Right.
Okay.
If she could hear us, then she could, but maybe she's not even at her computer right now.
Okay. Well, Bernadette, I have you down on the list again. Do you have more to share with us tonight? Okay, you need to unmute yourself. There you go.
Ready?
I'm sorry.
Huh? Did somebody say something? Was it Bonnie?
I'm sorry. I can't play right now. I apologize. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay.
Sorry.
Just when you're ready.
I won't be, well, okay, never mind. You want me to do a chant? I'm sorry. I was on the phone with AT&T. I had to do that because I have to teach in the morning at 8 o'clock. So I won't be able to sing right now. I'm sorry.
Okay, you want me to just?
Sorry.
That's
okay,
fine, Bonnie. We'll see you later, okay?
Okay. I'll
All right,
start.
Bernadette.
Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Take off that gloomy mask of tragedy. your style. You'll look so good that you'll be glad you decided to smile. Pick out a pleasant outlook, stick out that noble chin, wipe off that full of doubt look, slip on a happy grin. Spread your sunshine all over the place. Put on, put on, put on a happy face. Gray skies are going to cheer up, clear up, put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up, put on a happy face. Take off the gloomy mask of tragedy, it's just not your style. You'll look so good, you'll be glad you decided to smile. Pick out a pleasant outlook, stick out that noble chin, wipe off that full of doubt look, slap on a happy grin, and spread your sunshine all over the place. And put on, 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 just put on a happy face. Happy face. Try. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernadette. That was
You're welcome.
lovely. Ah, all right. So the next part of our evening, we have opportunity for sharing. And our theme tonight is moving forward and looking up 2021. And I would love to hear what has come to you as what you want to bring forth this year, 2021, new year, looking up, moving on. What are you bringing forth this year?
Hello. I am going to, this book was originally copyrighted in 1994.
Spirit Path.
Spirit Path, Footsteps Back to the Creator. And I am going to publish it this year.
Woo!
And it's 30 pages, 8.5 by 11. And I've got a whole bunch of stuff I've written since then. And so together, and I have this really good teacher for telling me how to publish named Linda J. Coate. And she can get even by editing my book. She told me to read her book, and I said, okay, great. And so I'm going through the book, comma, apostrophe, the whole thing, doing an edit job. And so we managed to keep our relationship. she's now got the book, an ebook, and she's going to have an audio book here in the next week or two. So that's my promise. I will put Spirit Path is going to come out this year. And I will seek Linda's advice on which order to put this stuff, do this stuff, but that's my goal. And the other thing is to continue to help the center rebuild and rejoice. That's it.
Thanks, Jim. I look forward to seeing your book.
Thank you.
Who else wants to share? What are you growing into in 2021? Yes, Linda.
One of the things I'm going to share with you later is your New Year's energy. It's different for each of you. And I already know that mine for this coming year is spiritual growth. And I always look forward to that year because it's amazing. When I didn't know about numerology, I knew that certain years I grew a lot spiritually, and I'm back in that phase this year. So that sounds really, it draws my soul. So that's good. I too have practical plans. Well, let's see. I want to learn how to see this year in a positive light. And my practical plans, and I just want to be helping. But on the way that Jim's setting his goals, I'm already working on another book. I have many written, so I have the basis down. I've got to go through the editing process, and now that I know how to publish, it's definitely going to be more efficient. And then I have a children's book I'd like to publish also that I'm having a niece draw pictures for. So I don't know when that will come out, but that could be cool. That's about an experience I had when I was 7 years old. And I think I've actually told that story on one of these sessions. It was about my grandfather. So yeah, that's the sideline. It's like so many years pushing to learn how to do that. And I finally have the basics of it down. So I feel good about that I can start sharing what I've learned.
Yeah. So we can look forward to another book from you. Yay. And we'll get to see how you interpret 2021 as a good year. Good job.
It will be, but it will have its challenges. I can already tell, but I'll explain later.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else want to share tonight so far? We'll have another opportunity for sharing in the second half. Yes, Bill.
I've sort of two goals I hope will come to pass. First goal is just a very concrete goal. When I moved here, I didn't have an opportunity to downsize. All last year up in, I moved here in August of 2019 and was working on downsizing. And for those of you who have downsized, it always goes apparently really slow. But then in March, with the stay at home, it came to a screeching halt. And so the room I'm in right now is supposed to be my study, but it's got close to 40 boxes of books and papers that needed to be sorted out. And so that's one goal for this year, that I would love to be able to walk from one corner of the room to the other in a straight line. We'll see how that goes. The other thing is part of that is that in a lot of those boxes, there are papers. I've written a lot of stuff over a number of years. And it all exists in sort of piecemeal fashion. And so a goal is to bring all of that together and find a way of communicating, I guess, of having that serve other people. A lot of what I've written has almost always been done for serving a very specific audience at a specific time. But it's the question about how to sort of make it serve a larger audience, that I'm not sure about. That's something that I'm gradually working my way toward and praying about.
One thing I noticed already when I finally got a book published is I had no idea where it was going to go or how it was going to be used there, and people are using it in a way I had no intention of. It's good stuff. You know, I'm hearing good feedback, and I'm very grateful for that, but that surprised me.
So you get to get clear, Bill, on, well, you get to get clear in your space at home, and you get to get clear on perhaps the next step of where your work will go. Is that right?
Getting clear is a good summary of that. Thank you.
Okay.
You'll do a great job.
I hope one day you'll come on here and you'll be like, I can walk from wall to wall in my we'll know what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah, the other rooms are pretty good shape. It's just this study area.
That's a bonus.
Part of it, I guess, also just for background for that is the when I put my house on the market in June 2019, from what I could tell from other people, I had anticipated that the house wouldn't sell for about a year. And so I had this idea that I have a year to downsize and get everything cleared up. And instead, the house sold in 4 weeks. And so I had to sort of frantically move, pack everything, find a place in the Columbus area, and get out of town really fast. So yeah, I'm still doing, recuperating from all of that. So clearness is a good thing. Clarity is a good thing. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you, Bill. All right, Jim, would you like to read us some poetry? You're on mute.
No, I'm not on mute.
No, you're not on mute.
Can everybody hear me okay? I've been doing a lot of thinking and writing about COVID. I've got a blog called revjimhetzer.com. And in that blog, there's a section called spiritual poetry. So when I published this poem, I wrote an introductory paragraph to it. This poem is called The Gift of COVID. And the first paragraph basically says, if you've had COVID, you've had friends die from COVID, you're not going to think of this as a gift. But I believe it is a gift. And this was the poem I wrote about it. And then there's a second poem called 2020 Blindness Revealed. And then there's a positive poem, because I think we're getting there, 2021 Moving Forward, Looking Up. So the first poem is called The Gift of COVID. COVID is a killer. COVID is a terror. COVID is a gift from source, changing this world forever. We are closer now because we have never seen we're in this together more than we've ever been. Source makes no judgments of right or wrong. Source provides the lessons we get to ride along. Let us be grateful, for there is tomorrow. Let us be compassionate for all others' sorrow. Source is here now. Source switched on the light. Source said to wake up and do things right. We should be glad that COVID is here. We know things will work out. Keep the faith, have no fear. There is no going back to the way that we were. The past has vanished. We are now going on from here. So, and then the next poem is called 2020 Blindness and Revealed. And something really happens. Spirit gets involved in your stuff. I think all my poetry comes from spirit in some way. But the very first line of the poem is, for our physical eyes, 2020 is the standard. And when I published it, that part of the poem went to small type. So it's like, what? I didn't do it. And I thought, hey, I'm not changing it. So this is called 2020 Blindness Revealed. For our physical eyes, 2020 is the standard for defining visual acuity to see the world around us. For our spiritual eyes, it took COVID-19 and the death of George Floyd to open these inner eyes and hearts to the injustice that surround us, but remained unnoticed. COVID takes the lives of the poor, the old, the weak, those with shades of skin, black, red, white, or brown. When a camera phone caught the murder of George Floyd by a cop leaning on his neck, the world gasped at its image. The illusion of rightness and righteousness of the US were revealed to the world as lethal prejudice and hatred. COVID and George Floyd have caused the world to awaken, wide-eyed and angry at the US and to these acts in their own land. This time, the world has changed. This is the beginning of a new world that has discovered that the ideals of a just world are just not met by the wealthy, the greedy, the prejudiced, and the sleepy. Now is the time to wake up and stand up for justice and equality. Each person on this earth is a child of the Creator. It is time to love one another and then perhaps to learn to love ourselves. Okay. And now moving forward, looking up. We have come through 2020, which is a year we won't forget. We're now in 2021, the challenges remain. 2020 provided lessons of who we are in difficult times. It has reminded us that we still have a lot of work to do. Source provides us a crisis to reveal the real within. Faith provides the courage to begin and begin again. Keep moving forward, keep looking up to find your faith, living love with love and grace, living life with love and grace. We are in a time of crisis. We are always in a time of change. Maintain your courage and your faith. Know the source is with you.
Thanks, Jim.
And I just want to do a little brief thing. There's been a group here in Columbus called Near Death Experiences for a long, long time. And the lady that ran that course was ill and asked me if I would take it on, and I told her I would do it. And Rebecca Cotterman, I don't know, well, Rebecca Cotterman comes to the center, and she called me up and said, you really ought to take a look at this article that's in the ARE magazine this month. And it's called, it's basically, the article is about how the contract we make before we enter this lifetime guides our life. And she's done 25 years of research on it. It's very, very interesting. And next Sunday from 2 to 4, we will have the meeting. The group is now called Free Spirits. And we talk about near-death experiences. And we also talk about spiritually transformative experiences. And I think it's fortunate to have spiritually transformative experiences because you can make major shifts in your spirit path without having to die. I think that that's an advantage. So I coined that term, spiritually transformative experiences. But it's going to be from 2 to 4. And if anybody is interested in meeting, it'll be up on Zoom. And Barry Bates is our sponsor. He has a license to have a 2-hour Zoom meeting. And so we're going to be doing that next Sunday, the 15th, on this thing about having a spiritual contract. And I was walking today with my buddy John Circle, and we were talking about how we all do come in with a purpose. And
So you meant January 10th?
No, I'm sorry, January 17th. Then if it's on a Sunday.
Okay, January 17th.
Right. Actually, I'm going to be reading some of the stuff for the center that day. So at any rate, if anybody would like to join that, it's open to everybody. And we have some very good discussions. Barry Bates is a good coordinator for all this stuff. So that's what I want to do. Thank you for the time to do the poetry, and I'm done.
All right, folks, we have come to the end of our first half. Thank you so much, Jim. So it's time to get up, stretch your butt, stretch your legs, and I'll see you again in 5 minutes, which according to my clock is 8:03. So I'll see you in 5 minutes.
Thank you.
And Frank will be first up after the break.
I'll try this one here, and if that doesn't work, I'll feed the chicken. Okay.
Hello, and we are back. Matt forgot to share his computer sound, so he's the only one that got to hear our intermission tune today. All right. Frank, are you there? If you are, you need to unmute yourself. There we go. Hey,
Hey,
Frank.
Jim? Oh, sorry.
I don't know if I can get on here. Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, you can?
Yes.
All right. So let me do a video. Hello.
You have a beautiful background.
Oh, thank you.
Can't see.
Um,
You look like a silhouette, but your background is gorgeous.
All right. Who do I look at here? How can I get the whole group up?
Are you on your phone?
No, unfortunately, the
If you
phone
go to
wouldn't.
the top right of your screen, there should be view.
Right, okay.
Click
But I
on
bet
that and you could go to gallery.
gallery, where's that?
Under view at the top right of your screen.
Exit full screen, top right.
It should be,
I get a thumbnail. Huh. Okay, well, I got a thumbnail here. That's a help. Hide thumbnail. But I just see that one lady's flower. It's so pretty.
Bernadette, that's who you see.
Right. So what if I go like this? I'll bet.
You're on a computer, correct?
Yeah, I didn't even expect to be doing this because I wanted to get my phone up and it just wouldn't go on. I was going to play piano, so I'm all excited about not doing what I was going to do,
Isn't that life?
if you get my gist.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to start with, well, I have to take this stuff off now. Start with ringing our bells.
Yeah, you had the bells.
So, and I missed sharing on the vision, what we'd like to see for next year.
Mhm.
All I can say is that the answer is within. And so when I look within, I know there's 3 things I can do. And I'd like to share them with you because they're my vision for the new year,
Yes,
which I've
please.
already started and I totally love. So the first one is to smile. And smiling, everyone goes, well, I try that, but it wears me out. Or they go, shake it till you, fake it till you make it, and it sounds all stiff, right? So I found a way to make it so that it's not a task, that it's easy. And that is this, that we can smile with our eyes and our mouths shall follow. Smile with your face and you'll live in grace. Smile like you need with your eyes. Your mouth will be in quick pursuit. Recognizing it as truth. So smile with your eyes. So that's the first one. Do you think you can do that? Let's
Yeah.
have a thumbs up or down. Thumbs up. Good, good, good. It's so important because everything that is healthy in your body is initiated by the smile. And here's the new information that's out about it now. And that your smile, we all know that it uses a lot of muscles. That's not the point. The point is the muscles all attached to the skull in some way and squeeze your skull, squeeze your brain. That's what gets squeezed. When your skull squeezes, is squeezed, your brain gets squeezed. That initiates that system in your brain, that cerebral fluid system that they call craniosacral. So that's just one facet of what the smile does. It exercises your craniosacral. But the biggest thing is you already know that your smile exercises your environment. Is that not right? Well, you influence a lot of people with your smile. It's fabulous. Your smile has greater jurisdiction really than you think in your life and in your family. So the point is if we fake it till we make it by making your eyes smile, you talk directly to spirit, because your eyes are the straight funnel of spiritual essence coming through you. That's why when you meet eyes and lock with somebody and kind of get that little sizzle, it's easy. It's not hard to make your eyes smile. It's work. You use all those muscles to make your mouth smile. So just pretend you're looking at a baby. That's the first thing we can do. Okay. Second thing we can do is, and they'll tell you that millennia and millennia and millennia, one yogi after another, one guru after another will say, watch your breath. So I want to teach you a breath that makes watching your breath really fun. It makes watching your breath fruitful. That you accelerate your movement into cloud 9, wherever you're looking to go. So it's called the 10-step breath. And it could be 5, or it could be 9, or it could be 15. But basically the thing is to breathe a little bit in your standard regular breath. Don't go all crazy on your first breath. It's like you're not going to get a full breath by starting at the top. You need to climb up a stairway. That's why it's called a step thing. Oh, Jesus.
Okay. And it appears that he fell off the Zoom. And we are all smiling and we are all breathing. So we're 2 steps in. When he comes back, we will hopefully find the 3rd step out. Frank always brings a smile to me when he shares. I truly, truly am grateful that he joined us, and hopefully he'll be back. So Linda, you're up next. You're muted.
Okay. I'm going to need Matt's help with this one. He has a PowerPoint project of mine he's going to bring up. There we go. How many of you have heard of numerology before? Raise your hand if you've heard of it. Okay, or you have continue raising your hand if you've played with it before. Okay, well, I'm going to give you the formulas for getting your year numbers. Numerology was developed by Pythagoras before the year 0. He's the mathematician, the famous mathematician. He was connected spiritually, and he got his theorem that's still famous and still very accurate from spirit. He also got a science that we call numerology. He was so certain that it would predict so many characteristics about each person, their strengths, their weaknesses, their challenges, their year's energy. He was so certain that it would be so predictive that he decided it needed to be kept secret, because in the wrong hands, it could be used to manipulate rulers and kings, that kind of thing. He started a university that was a secret society, and he taught this to males at the time in this university, and they were sworn to secrecy, and it literally wasn't out and known to the public until about 100 years ago. It's based on the fact that everything is frequency. Everything is frequency, even numbers and even letters. And when we're born, the date we're born and the letters in our name literally are chosen on some higher level to help us know what our plan is, what our birth plan is, and all aspects of our life. So we can give, it doesn't say you will specifically do this, this, and this. It says, here are the kinds of things you will do this year, or here are the kinds of things, kinds of ways you'll grow, ... at different points in your life. These are the challenges you'll have. So today we're going to talk about our New Year's energy. There's two of them. There's two energies affecting us when the new year shifted. One is the universal year down here for 2021. Everyone is affected by that energy. And the way to gather it is to simply add together all the digits of the year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 equals 5. So this is an energy year of 5. And we'll go back and look at what the energy year of 4 was and what the energy of the year of 5 is, because it affects us all. But you'll also have a personal year. And to get that, and you might want to use a piece of paper and pencil right now, you want to add your birth month, the 2 digits of your birth month together, the 2 digits of your birthday together, and add them to 2021, which is the number 5. We already know that. So 5 plus whatever, plus 6 plus, let's say it's 12 for your birthday. You'd add all those digits together. And if you still have a double digit, then you add those 2 numbers together to get down to a single digit. Everybody try that right now. What does everyone have their number, their personal year number? Okay, I see 2 people do. 3 people do, 4, 5, okay. I think we're good enough to go on. Matt, would you go to the next slide, please? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Hi, Frank.
Hey, I'm back.
All right, it's Linda's turn right now, but you can go again after Linda's done, okay?
I just wanted to see if I'm in.
Yeah,
You're
you're
definitely
thanks.
in.
I'm in, yay.
Woo!
okay.
We're doing our numerology for
I
the
know,
year.
I'm a 3.
Okay, good job.
Okay, well, this is the year energy, and the universal energy for 5 is the following 2 columns are the main key words that are ways we might feel drawn to this year as we meet our challenges. We can choose the positive aspects to make choices that are positive, or we can choose to go to the lower frequency negative choices. And you can see as you look through the negative choices that discontent and rebellious is energy that people are being affected by this year. Possibly having a temper, dissatisfaction, impatience, hastiness, those kinds of things. being moody, okay? But look at the positives we can choose from as we meet our challenges. It's definitely going to be a year with a lot of change in it. It will require versatility and flexibility. It's a good year to take action. So if you feel where your passions lie, where you want to help the world, it's a good year to take action to do that. Action leads to progress. Whereas if you're in the negative side of that, you're discontented or rebellious in a way that hurts others, it doesn't lead to progress. Does that make sense? Okay. So one of the things about this year is it will be a time for freedom and loving our freedom. And I know we're going to appreciate it a lot because of what we've been through in the last year. By the way, the two sources for these columns were from Numerology, The Romance in Your Name. Dr. Juno Jordan was a researcher and professor for 25 years of her life. She and her students followed their life patterns and checked them against the current understanding of numerology. And they came up with one more number that happens, they called it a maturity number that happens in our early 50s. And basically kept logging the fact that it really did explain what was happening in their life. And then The Complete Idiot's Guide to Numerology, I recommend because they're very well researched books. Even though I hate the name of them, they're very well researched, and it's much easier to get into your life pattern from that book from page 1 than it is from the first book. First book, you have to read about half the book before you start learning about yourself. Okay, so Matt, could we go to the next slide, please? Thank you. Okay, so now that was a 5-year. These are the different numbers that when you get down to a single number that shows your energy for your personal year, but also notice the number 4 year for last year. Last year was a 4-year universally. It was all about having to give something a lot of effort, or more than one thing a lot of effort. Maybe it was learning how to work from home, stay focused, be organized while all the kids were around, and helping them stay on task too. Maybe it was trying to change your whole perspective and stay isolated when we're social creatures. Or how do we become social? We had to learn a lot there. How do we become social while we're distance? But also notice it was things like it required caution or cautious, to be cautious. Those were the positive parts of that. Were you able to remain stable and balanced during the challenge of the 4-year? The years always align. And this next year, right now, is, as you know, about change, variety, flexibility, progress. It could require quick thinking. Okay, so now look at your personal year to see what it is. And if anybody has questions, you're welcome to ask. These are the positives of the year, the things that will help you grow the best. Okay, I think we're probably ready to go on then. Now, there are plenty of other numbers that are really significant. The life path number, that's probably what Frank was saying, he's a number 3. The soul number is your heart's desire. The personality number is how other people see you. And the maturity number is major characteristics that you take on as you mature. And again, you add the numbers together to get it all, like if for Eliza Jane Glenn, that's just a person's name. if you take all the letters from above, from the chart, and you change your name into numbers, you get a 2-digit number. If that 2-digit number is a double digit, like 22, 33, a repeated double digit, you don't actually reduce that. That's called a master number. Did anybody get a master number for their year, personal year? Then that doesn't get reduced. Do you want to ask what you want to ask me what that number means?
What is an 11?
Oh, that's master teacher. Okay, that means that you will either literally have the experience of teaching or you're a role model. Okay, now that's not the frequency you have to work at, but that's the higher of the 2 frequencies. If you reduce an 11, it becomes a 2. So it could be a 2 year for you, or you could work at the higher level of master teacher. Okay. So particularly for your name though, the same goes as true. When you get it down to a single digit and it's between 1 and 9, then you can use the chart that was on the last screen to know what that energy means. And this isn't something you can do quickly right off the screen here tonight, but it's just giving you an idea, a beginning idea of how it might explain different things in your life. When I first learned about numerology and I read enough to really know in detail. It's like, I started loving antiques in the exact year they're predicting I would love antiques, or I started opening up to spirit in the exact year they're predicting I would open up to spirit, you know, that my name and my birth name and my birth date predicted. It was shocking and eye-opening, because it was confirming that we do come with birth plans, that there's pattern that can be seen in our lives. We have little we have gifts teaching us that we're supported and that we're here for a reason. So I also had a friend who discovered it at the exact same time, and we just happened to call each other and find out that we both discovered it at the exact same time. And she kept saying over and over, "No, Linda, this is me." And I said, yeah, I know, isn't it great? She'd go, no, it's me. She'd say it over and over because she was that impressed. So if you're interested at all, numerology is a fascinating topic to get into. It's a lot easier to make sense of than astrology. Oh, astrology helps too. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Linda. That was a really lovely introduction.
You're welcome.
Who else is curious about looking more into numerology now? There we go. All right. And I just out of curiosity, for the first number that we had to look up, how many, was anybody else a 4? I was a 4 after I added this year plus my information.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Okay. Jim was a 2. Yeah. We had a 9. Bernadette was a 9. Bill's what were you, Paul? 3. Dave? 3, 4. You're a 4. Oh, there we go.
There you go. So you get to do 4 over again. And
All right. Cool. Paul, I'm gonna let you go next, and then we'll put Frank. We'll put Frank before we end tonight.
Well, if you want to let Frank go first, that's fine. I don't really care.
Well, let's see where Frank is in readiness. Frank,
Sure.
Are you ready to finish your set right now, or no? You're on mute, Frank, just in case you didn't know.
On mute. Okay.
There you go. You're better now. No, you just muted yourself again. Unmute, Frank. There you go. You're unmuted. Good job.
So can you see me?
No,
Oh, why not? I wonder.
probably because you're not sharing video.
I'm not sharing video. Where's that? Where's the share video button?
I don't know.
Matt, where's the share video? Share screen? Is that
Yeah, if you're on your computer, it should be on the bottom left corner.
bottom start video? Okay, there it is. Just hit HP, start video. There, it should start.
Yep, there you go. Good job.
All right, great, thanks.
You're helping us smile a lot tonight, Frank.
I appreciate that. I was noticing that there were some big, broad smiles. I'm so excited. Yeah. And the finished thing about that is it squeezes your pineal gland, which when you squeeze your head, you squeeze your pineal gland. Your pineal gland has crystals in them, which when a crystal is squeezed, it becomes a radio antenna. In this case, the frequency that gets squeezed out or created is a wave, and that is a light wave. So those crystals form light waves. Well, where are the light waves going to go? And isn't that amazing that in the middle of your dark body, light is created? All that happens because you smile. Isn't that amazing? Oh my God. Now, where does that light go? That light goes to inner spirit, inner being, your soul, your inner dimensional magnestratum, your egg, whatever you can control. So thanks for saying that. I appreciate that. Yeah. So when you squeeze your eyes, the other part of it is when you squeeze your head, your eyes squeeze out too. Like you have a reservoir in your eyes that squeeze out. And basically because you have been so beautiful and so kind and so loving all your life, that water has memory, and that's what it sees, because as you send it out, it comes back in. So all that water memory is there, and when you squeeze your eyes, it squeezes that love out. And that's why when you make eye contact with somebody with smiling eyes, you get a jazz, right? You get a buzz. So the second thing is your breath. So the long and the short, am I going too fast? You with me?
You're
All
doing
right.
just fine. Keep going.
All right. The long and the short of the breath is you have to understand this, that your breath is, you have a default position breath. It takes care of you when you're laying down, when you're sleeping. If you get knocked out, it'll start up again on its own. So that's your default position breath. Now, it's set up to make you last like 120 years. So it's not going to be like rushing through it like, that's not your default breath. To make that happen, you have to take a deep breath, and that is mentally controlled. But you know what? When you're trying to control something mentally, what is that called? It's called work. So we want to take the work out of watching our breath, yet still be able to take a full breath for the advantages of that. Does that make sense? Everyone tells you, breathe deep, breathe deep. You go, that's work, you know, and you're huffing and puffing and trying. So here's how the step system works. If you think of it as a staircase, and if you want to get to the plateau on top of the stairs, you wouldn't just jump. You'd need a workshop before you could do that. You take it step by step. Right? So that's the way it is with your breath. So I'm going to take you on this journey. Expel your breath and feel your breath coming in, and just hold it there for a second, and then that's your belly. It'll be your belly, and fill your belly a little more, and now a little more, and now a little more. That's good. That's a good belly full. Now your midriff, around your navel. Now your lower chest. fill it more. Your middle chest, your upper chest, and then your throat in that area. And now squeeze everything. It's the yoga, well, it's called the miracle yoga, but anyway, squeeze everything. Like you're loving this new air that you brought in, and you just want to squeeze it all around your body. And you don't have to be that vigorous. It just enjoy it, and it can be a short while. So let's do it one more time. All right. So let the breath come in, stop it there, and just add more in your tummy. In your tummy more. It could be 5 breaths in your tummy till the tummy really feels full. And then your midriff, and then your lower chest, middle chest, upper chest and throat, face, and then kind of like squeeze. And as we squeeze everything, make sure you squeeze your eyes. That's your direct conduit to spirit. Remember, the direct conduit to inner being. So this joy that you have in this squeezing and this feeling of your body and loving the spiritual air that you just brought in, and all the reactions when the air goes through your lungs, you feel that new space. So that's where we're at now. It's a new space. So I hope you enjoy that breath. I've been doing it. So we want to breathe every day, kind breath takes your breath away. We want to breathe every day with kind breath that takes your breath away. Breathe every day. Breathe easy. So the neat thing about this is it's easy to climb one step at a time. After a while, you start to like it. You feel the breath come in and you go, oh, that's my basic breath. But hey, I'm up and running. I could use some energy. So you fill your stomach some more, and then fill your stomach some more. And after a while, your body takes over and says, oh, my midriff's ready. It knows how to take a deep breath. You know how to do this. It's exciting. You've been doing it for eons and centuries, but we've been so shrunk, we've forgotten how to do it. And as we do it, it posturizes it. It gives us a real posture. So that's the second thing you can do. All right, so the third thing you can do, well, you can pick something on your third thing. For example, you could just be kind. You could do those things that you think you should do and want to do, but have been putting off. You could do that. Or you could just stay in the present tense. Or you can stay connected. Things like that that are meaningful to you. So let's see if we can do just one and out. A lot of synchronicity going on these days, and this is a song about that. Ah, the flow. Ah, the flow. Ah, the flow. Ah, the flow. The only way to go, a little at a time, just like a nursery rhyme. A real fairy tale, the wind that blows a sail, bring us all our mail. Ask a little bird, it's the final word. Well, coincidence and miracles aren't too hard to find. They happen to the ready, to the watchful and the kind. I know the juice gets heavy when your amps tune in on high. But just cheer up, kick back, relax. The flow will get us by. Ah, the flow. You want to do the background. Ah, the flow. 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 The only way to go a little at a time, just like a nursery rhyme, a real fairy tale. The wind will blow your sail, bring us all our mail. Ask the little snail on the happy bird. Yeah, the flow's the word. Well, it wasn't meant to be hard, and it's made new every day. A parade of all the good things that are coming our way. You don't need a ticket or even a map. All you gotta do is have more room under your hat. For the flow, ah, 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 the flow. The only way to go a little at a time, just like a nursery rhyme. A real fairy tale, the wind to blow your sail, bring us all our mail. Ask the little snail or the happy bird. Whoa, the happy bird. Oh, the flow, the word. There you go.
Thank you, Frank. Everybody was singing along with you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm truly honored to be here. And thanks, Jim, for helping.
All right. And that was Frank Tennyson. We're lucky to have him. All right, Paul, are you ready to go?
Ready as I'm going to be. That's a
Okay.
hard act to follow, man. Anyhow, I was, this is a little bit different for me. I'm asking for some group participation as well, if I can get the screen share to work here. Yeah, here we go. This is, I'd like you all to sing along on the chorus on this. This is an easy song. It's chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, chorus. Anyhow, it's a Pete Seeger song. And I kind of thought about doing it tonight because of the events on Wednesday. I guess got me thinking about how, those of you that are old enough, I guess, there was a book written, I think in the 60s or 70s called This Spaceship Earth. And we're all in this together, you know? And I just, anyhow, that's what the song's kind of about. One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping at our shore, one earth so green and round, who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow race it's too soon to die. Some people want to be like an ostrich, bury their head right in the sand. They think their plastic dreams can punch up greedy hands. Some folks want to take the easy way. Poison bombs, they think we need them. There's not enough to kill the unbelievers. There's no easy way to freedom. One blue blue sky above us, one ocean lapping at our shore, one earth so green and round, who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow race. It's too soon to die. Tell all the little children, tell the mothers, fathers too. This could be the last chance to learn to share what's been given to me and you. One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping at our shore, one earth so green and round, who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow race. It's too soon to die. One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping at our shore, one earth so green and round, who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow race. It's too soon to die. It's too soon to die. It's too soon to die. Okay. And I'd like to do one more. This one is off of, I think the last time I played for this group, I had mentioned that I'd done a CD back in 2009. Yeah, this is off of that. Anyhow. Here I am, walking on the beach. There's something I can't reach, something deep inside of me. And you know, it's in between my toes. Everyone knows the earth is much colder these days. Well, you know, it comes and it goes. 'Cause just like the tide, it ebbs and it flows. And you see, it's something deep inside me that I just can't let go. I just can't set free these days. I want you to see what's inside me, what's see what's inside me. What's inside me these days? Well, I know why you had to go. You had to follow your heart's yearning. And you know, I'm kinda slow. I still hold out hope that I might see you one of these days. One of these days. One of these days. That's it.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you. Always just feel settled in when I hear you sing and play. Okay, let's see. We have just enough time for Dave Scarborough. We were going to have some sharing time, but to keep us completing around 9, Dave has 9 minutes. Are you ready?
Okay, then. How's my sound so far?
It's very good. Your picture's good this time too.
Excellent. I was going to do meditation again. I was thinking about doing a Buddhist meditation this time called the loving kindness meditation. And that's a real good one to get people into when they've gone through a stressful year. It's a good way to get them into a more positive thought, and the positive thought will help them, first of all, get in that frame of mind. You know, I'm going to turn on some music. So is the background music about right?
It's pretty loud.
I'll turn that down a little. Right there, is that good?
No? Linda? What's wrong, Linda? You're on mute, Linda.
It was too loud, but I can turn it down on my end, so it's no problem if it's good for other people.
Turn it down a little more. Oop, that's me. Okay, how's that right there?
Okay.
Good. All right, guess I'll get started. Everyone take a few deep breaths. Every time you breathe in, visualize the energy coming into your body. Every time you exhale, visualize the tension leaving your body. Come comfortable in your chair or cushion, sitting with a relaxed, straight posture with your shoulders relaxed. Allow your hands to rest comfortably in your lap. And close your eyes if they're not already closed. Setting into awareness of the body and the breath. Feeling into your body right now. Noticing what's here. Open to whatever is to be experienced in the body in the moment. Connecting to the breath, noticing the wave-like movements of the belly. And this practice will be cultivating loving kindness. We all have within us its natural capacity for loving kindness or friendship that is unconditional and open, gentle, supportive. Loving kindness is a natural opening of a compassionate heart to ourselves and to others. It's a wish that everyone be happy. We begin with developing loving kindness towards ourselves. allowing our hearts to open with tenderness. Now allow yourself to remember and open up to your basic goodness. You might remember times that you've been kind or generous to someone. You might recall your natural desire to be happy and not to suffer. If acknowledging your own goodness is difficult, look at yourself through the eyes of someone who loves you. What does that person love about you? Or you may recall the unconditional love. Help to use the imagination and to picture yourself as a young child standing below you, perhaps 4 or 5 years of age. If that allows tender feelings of kindness to flow more easily. And as you experience this love, notice how you feel in your body. You feel some warmth or heat in your face, a smile, a sense of expansiveness. This is loving kindness, a natural feeling that is in all of us, always resting within that feeling of open, unconditional love for a few moments. Letting yourself bake in the energy of loving kindness, breathing it in, breathing it out, inviting feelings of peace and acceptance. So beginning now to wish yourself well by extending words of loving kindness to yourself. Offering this guidance, phrases that I've chosen to use in my own practice. I did to alter these phrases and choose whatever words express your wishes of loving kindness towards yourself and others. And now offering these words in your mind to yourself. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I feel connected and calm. May I accept myself just as I am. May I be happy. May I feel joy of being alive. And now repeating in the mind these words of friendship and kindness to yourself once more. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I feel connected and calm. May I accept myself just as I am. May I be happy. May I know the natural joy of being alive. Now you can open the circle of loving kindness by bringing to mind someone who is dear to you, someone with whom you care about, and who has always been supportive. Reflect on this person's basic goodness, sensing what is in particular that you love about them. In your heart, feel your appreciation for this dear one and begin your sample offering. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel my love now. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you be happy. May you know the natural joy of being alive. Now bring to mind a neutral person. This is someone you might see regularly, but don't know very well. It might be a neighbor, a grocery store clerk. Bring this person to mind and repeat the words of loving kindness. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel my love now. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you be happy. May you know the natural joy of being alive. Now, if it's possible, you bring to mind someone with whom you have a difficult relationship. Perhaps it's someone you don't like to feel sympathy with or compassion for. Seeing if it's possible to let go of feelings of resentment and dislike, reminding yourself to see this person as a whole person. Seeing if it's possible to extend to this person the words of loving kindness in your mind. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel my love now. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you be happy. May you know the natural joy of being alive. Now allow your awareness to open up in all directions. Yourself, a dear one, a neutral person, and a difficult person, and all beings, humans and animals living everywhere, living in richness, poverty, war, peace, hunger, abundance, aware of all the joys and sorrows that all beings everywhere experience. May all beings be filled with loving kindness. May all beings be happy. May all beings awaken and be free. May all beings be happy. Feel that loving kindness extending out from your heart in all directions, infinitely. Infinitely up, infinitely down, infinitely in all directions to all beings, showing them loving kindness. Visualize that right now. And now, bringing this practice to a close by coming back to extend kindness to yourself. Sitting for a while and basking in the energy of loving kindness that has been generated here. Put your hands on your heart. Feel the energy come off your heart. Remember that energy. Remember how easy it was to generate it. And now you can do that from now on, whenever you want. Namaste.
And so with one hand on your heart, reach one hand toward the screen. And in this way, we get to give and receive. Inhale with me. And exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, receiving. Exhale, giving. And 1 more time. Thank you. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for opening 2021 with this 2 hours of spiritual practice, music, breath, smiles, stories, poems, numerology. Thank you for opening 2021 so gratefully, lovingly, and joyfully. I look forward to seeing you again next month. I thank the OHOM team, which this month was mostly Jim, plus me and Matt contributing. But thank you, Jim, for your passion and your continued energy for putting this together. Because those of us who show up, it's really nice. It's a nice place to be creative and intuitive and to bring out these aspects of ourselves together. So thank you. I'll see you next month.